1/60th.
I'm like 1/25th. I
Or
get
you
you.
can do, like, the rule of thumb is if you, whatever the lens focal length, you can hold that. But me, I like to do 100. So I maybe could have gone down a little bit to 800, but with the cameras that I'm using, we'll shoot stuff to make 30 by 40s at up to easily 1600 and even sometimes 3200, but 1600 all day long. And in 1000, it's not bad either. This is probably late in the afternoon. It's not as bright as this.
Image, yeah,
this
I'm
is
sure.
a real wedding, and I have to like be mindful with no time to make sure I do these behind the scenes stuff.
I know.
So
I'm always sneaking those as well. Hold on, I got a great shot over here.
And that's really your mom, and actually this was just a few months ago. But
that's beautiful.
No, I mean, and we're almost wide open there. We're at f4. We could have gone down to 800 or 640, but I cannot impress about how little time we have. The bigger, the more expensive the wedding, the less time it is. So
right.
It's just how it is, and I kind of like it that way now.
Right.
I'd get bored if I had like, okay, you got 2 hours with I'd be like, seeing behind the Wizards of Oz's curtain. I don't have any more tricks after an hour, sorry.
That's awesome. Well, one of the things I like too about today's capture devices is photography. It's very hard to learn. Hard to understand that an aperture affects the ISO, that affects the shutter speed. I mean, when you move one, you have to counter all of them. But what's nice about the cameras is you can be within this huge range and not screw up a picture. It used to be if you were pushing an ISO to 1000 and you forgot it, you had to do it, and then you went out to shoot something else and you did it again on accident, you screwed up everything. Now, that range is so great that it really doesn't matter unless you're looking for focus.
I wouldn't depend on that, though. I wouldn't. Because if you run outside at 1000 in Florida...
Totally. Well,
I mean, yeah, sure, we have raw images, and that's great, but...
Yeah, no, you'd have a huge problem there. I get that. But I'm just saying, like, in a working environment where the lighting is staying pretty typical, you actually have the ability to mix that up a little bit, and there's no...